Hello there! Hi guys! Hi YouTube! It's been a long ass time, but I'm back, baby! So to keep it kinda short to explain what's been up, essentially, life has been very busy for both me and my editor, but essentially we are kinda able to do some videos again, so this won't be only a VOD channel anymore. I will be both streaming and doing videos again. Hopefully. I'll try my best. So the first thing we're gonna be tackling. The first things we're gonna be looking over here as a return video is gonna be the drip marketing for Cantarella, which is apparently gonna be a character coming out in 2.2 of Wuthering Waves, right? So we have the postament and tropicene stars intertwined. Cantarella clusters of jellyfish sway in the gloom, their translucent tentacles knitting an eerie cradle beneath the waves. Lost souls slip into the vortex of the languid dance, ensnared by the lull of rhythmic tides. Deeper still, a primordial call hums through the dark, a chorus of phantoms murmuring secrets to the sea. Hush now, little one, let the current carry you down. Okay, so, jellyfishes, let's have a look. I like jellyfishes. Kind of. Ooh! Oh. Okay. What that tongue doing though? So first of all, to explain, I kind of like jellyfishes. I think I like the idea of them, and I think from afar they're kind of pretty. Up close, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to get in contact with jellyfishes. I remember that one time. So I guess I had a trauma in the past. I used to really like jellyfishes, but like one time I went to Malta. Yeah, big privilege. I went to Malta, and I don't know. There was a big Mediterranean waves of like jellyfishes being here for some reason because of currents and whatnot. And there was this whole beach that was covered in jellyfishes that just like end up ashore. So like, every 2 steps, there would be like 5 dead jellyfish on the floor. And, you know, a jellyfish that, you know, kind of like dies on the beach. It's just like all goopy and weird. And I was like, bruh, I hate it here. It made me so sad. I swear to God. So yeah, anyway, that's my story with jellyfishes. It is what it is. Anywho, that said, I think they can be very beautiful. And Cantarella is absolutely beautiful. So what is very interesting with Cantarella's name is that, first of all, Cantarella is obviously... Cantarella is actually a name of a poison, I believe. Let me double check. Cantarella poison. I'm pretty sure. It is a poison. So apparently it was a poison allegedly used by the Borgias during the papacy of Pope Alexander VI. It may have been arsenic. It came in the shape of a white powder. With a pleasant taste and was sprinkled on food or in wine. If it did exist, it left no trace in the works of contemporary writers. Okay, so it is possibly a invented poison? Or something that used to have a name. So it seems to not have a lot of substantiated historical information. So it seems that people think that it probably was a variation of arsenic, but the composition of it is unknown. So anyway, historically, it seems to have been a poison. Now, the thing that's very interesting is that with their outfits and like with the tongue and all of that, the focus on the mouth, I think this is supposed to be kind of a play on words because cantare, and we do know that everything here is kind of based on Italy, Spain, and all of that, right? Cantare means to sing, and Cantarella is the poison. So maybe you could look at it and be like, oh, she's like the singing poison, right? Or like she's a songstress, but she's actually poisonous. You gotta be careful with her, right? So this is kind of the vibe she gives me. So I could definitely see her maybe having some amount of dots. I think every type of elements have dots, right? Havoc has a special effect. I don't remember if it's dots specifically, but pretty much something equivalent to Frazzle, I would imagine. So very interesting stuff. I think, yeah, I could definitely see her being kind of a dot character, right? For sure. That would be my thought. But then again, who freaking knows? That's just my 2 cents for now. I guess we'll have to find out later. So yeah, there we go. Now we have a lot more actual here. Oh, right, there's a little bit. The current head of Visalia, Cantarella, the Bane. Whether I am the Bane of Wicked or the Pure is yours to decide. There it is. All right. Now moving on, we have Archive, the Visalia family's 36 head Cantarella Visalia. She locks your gaze with eyes as deep as the ocean, where the dark tide seems to surge and swirl. For a moment you think you glimpse something in the ocean depths, but you are unsure if it is the shadow of a giant sea creature or the tail feathers of the celestial steed. Jesus, man, the art is so incredibly beautiful. Holy crap, I love this so much. Like, this is so freaking pretty with all the, oh my god, like, it looks like an underwater temple with, like, all the wings of the steed, I assume, and then, like, the tentacles and the, oh, dude, it's so pretty. She's so pretty. And, yeah, man, I absolutely love her. Now, here we have a little bit of information. So she is Havoc Rectifier. That's why I mentioned Havoc earlier, because they did drop this, so we do know what she does. I actually love the umbrella. So I'm really wondering, I feel like now that we know that she's Rectifier, I feel like she could definitely be something like Phoebe, where she has that umbrella, the same way that Phoebe has her cane that she uses in her kit, but technically, her weapon is a rectifier, right? That would be what I think. I feel like in general in those games like Rectifier, Catalyst, etc., it's kind of the weapon that offers the most amount of freedom regarding kits, because like, oh, it's floating there, and then you can just slap any kind of weapon you want on the character and justify it by its magic power from the Rectifier. There it is. So yeah. Now what's really interesting here, obviously, is gonna be the element. If we look at Pridewin, I don't know what you want to call it. In terms of Havoc, first of all, we didn't have a lot of Havoc characters. We've had a few of them since, right? Because obviously before it was Rover only, then Camellia came in. Now we have Rocha as kind of a hybrid support, and now finally we are getting a Rectifier. So the question is, what is she going to be exactly? I would expect her to be kind of a hybrid DPS again, like a sub DPS that can function in like mono Havoc teams, for example, with dots. That would be what I think she would be, or she could be a support. Now the thing is that as a support, I don't really see her being a healer. That's the thing, right? Because with like the poison aspect and the bane and all of that, it feels like she's gonna be more of an aggressive character. Let me know what you guys think regarding the aspects. Now, the reason why I also say that, what could make sense, I suppose, is if we look at the new, I guess it would be the new sets, right? Echo sets, because we've had a bunch of new echo sets like Midnight Veil, right? Havoc plus 10% damage when Ultra Skill is triggered, additional Havoc damage to surrounding enemies, considered Ultra Skill damage, and grant the incoming resonator Havoc damage bonus. So the thing is that this set works exceptionally well for Rocha, right? So the question, is she going to be using the same set and she can be used as a support, an alternative support to someone like Camellia, or is she going to be more of a main DPS? In that case, maybe she just want to sit back with the Havoc Eclipse, but then is she going to be a basic attack user? Is she going to be too similar to Camellia in that case? It's hard to say. Now, the other possibility, obviously, would be that maybe she is going to be a support that can either use, or like like a buffer that can either use Empyrean Anthem or Tidebreaking Courage. They both give energy regen. One is more linked to coordinated attack. Maybe she's going to be a coordinated attack Havoc character. Or maybe she is going to be a DPS that works with a lot of energy regen, right? Increase the resonator attack by 15%. If you reach 250 energy regen, increase all attribute damage by 30% for the resonator. So maybe she's going to be using the Tidebreaking Courage. Also, you know, the water, tide breaking, so there is that water aspect to it. So maybe this is a set that's going to be tailor-made for her. And then she is going to be, I could see her being a quick swap character, or a character that has a big burst, right? A very strong ultimate, and so she takes massive advantage of that 45% damage buff, well, the 15% attack buff and the 30% attribute damage buff. So she gets a shit ton of energy regen, comes on the field, ulties, massive burst damage, switch back to the main DPS, and do whatever you want. So maybe we're going back to a more quick swappy kind of character, possibly as well. So very interesting. Those are my speculation. Again, we don't know for sure. I haven't looked at leaks. So it is what it is. I don't even know if there's leaks about it. I don't know if the beta is out, so it is what it is. Anyway, so far, I really like her. I'm pretty cocked, fricked, and all in between, because at first my plan was Carlotta, maybe Phoebe, Zanny, right? But now I got Carlotta, I did get Phoebe, I still want Zanny, but now we have Cantarella, we have Fleur de Lis, we have all those characters, and I'm just like, oh my god, there's too many, because like she's so pretty, but I'm running out of resources real fast. So I don't think I'll be able to pull all those characters. So maybe I get lucky, maybe I don't. If I don't get lucky, I guess I'm gonna have to skip, and I'll get her on a rerun. I don't want to spend too much money on the game, so it is what it is. Anyway, we have one last little animation here. Oh my god, she's so pretty. And see, you can hear the wave in the back, so maybe the tide breaking is actually for her. Anyway, there it is. That's the drip marketing for her. Absolutely beautiful. What a waifu. And I don't think we had a drip marketing for another character as far as I'm aware. So she might be the only new character for 2.2. And then after that, I would expect some reruns. So maybe we had a rerun recently, right? So I think the next in line is probably going to be someone like Cheng-Li. And so maybe Cheng-Li and Camellia rerun, maybe something like that. Yeah, since we just had Jinchi, right? Yeah, so that would be what I expect. So anyway, I hope you appreciate this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.